You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.
Scorpio.
Good morning, Yankees universe. Welcome back to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew on this Wednesday, October 30th. Like always, I'm your guy Hector, joined by my compañeros this morning. I got the fly guy Damien Serrano, and I got the lovely Grace Monroe. And all you Yankee fans, wake up and get your coffee. Hope is still alive. We are still alive. Grace, how you feeling?
I got the best night's sleep I've had in days. I woke up on the sunny side of the street today. I'm feeling so much better. So proud of the guys. Not rolling over, going down swinging. That's what we all wanted to see. It was a great game. Amazing moments. Yeah. Can't wait to talk about it with you guys. Damien, how you feeling?
I'm good, man. Listen, we got a win in, right? So we didn't get swept. That's huge. All these games have been close, so tonight's no different. And listen, Game 5 is tonight, and I'm just hoping we go to Cali with the Dodgers and then without the trophy. So that's all we can ask for.
Yeah, Garrett Cole's on the mound today, right? Garrett Cole literally said, we got to take it day by day, but let's go out there tomorrow and let's see what we could do. Yankee fans, we didn't get swept, right? The bat showed up, and this is what's frustrating, right? And kind of puts dampers on the victory. Is like we should be 2-2, right? Instead of being down 3-1. This is why losing game 1 really sucks, because we should be 2-2 at the moment, right? The reporters that keep on bringing it up, nobody's come back 0-3 in the World Series. Do you guys think you could do it? Let us try to just do one game at a time. Just take it one game at a time. Don't try to look into the future. Yes, it's never been done. Yes, it's history. I do understand it, but it sucks because it just hurts a little bit. It just little salt on the wound, little lemon on the wound, because we should be 2-2. Boone admitted after the game that his only regret is not leaving Luke Weaver in the game in game 1 instead of going to the bullpen. And it is what it is. Now we got to just try to claw our way back. We got Garrett Cole on the mound. And like Kevin Millar said in the documentary in 2004 with the Red Sox, don't let us win tomorrow. Don't let us win tonight, because tomorrow we come back. And that's all I got to say about that. All you Yankee fans, let's do a little bit of the roll call. Shout out to Jonathan in the building. My guy, Sean Browning. Ghost is in the building. Mi hermano de la Isla. Ghost, you was watching. I know you was watching the game yesterday because we were texting. Ghost was watching the game. Shout out to my guy, Ghost. Double A is in the building. Of course, Tina's in the building. How you doing, Tina? Nosebleed section is in the building. How you doing? Shout out to the lovely girlfriend, Alex Campos, in the building. Alex Armante is in the building as well. My guy, Li Yank. Yo, Li, how you like the bats waking up, Li? The entire offense woke up yesterday, Li Yankee King. How you doing? The Ace Avenue, 1 down, 3 to go. How you doing, Ace? My guy, Ocha Cowboy fan in the building. How you doing? James DeVore is in the building. Li Yankee King says you got to go to perfect pitcher on the mound. You got the perfect pitcher on the mound. Number 45, the ace, Garrett Cole. He needs to go 7 innings, nothing less. And that's what we're going to talk about when it comes to Garrett Cole, because I'll bring up the graphic right now. Cole said we have to win 4. Well, guess what? We had to win 4 going into game 1. In that respects, things haven't changed that much. One game at a time, one pitch at a time. And if we ever need Garrett Cole to step up and be the ace that he is, the Garrett Cole of years past pitching in the postseason, we're going to need it tonight with Cole on the mound. 7 innings, 8 innings. We need Garrett Cole to show out. What's your thoughts, Grace?
Yeah, did you see that Garrett's, sorry, I had a little stutter there. Oh God, it's gonna unravel fast. Garrett Cole's kids recreated the sign that he had when he was a kid. And they came to the stadium last night with the poster that said Yankees fan today, tomorrow, forever. First of all, Amy Cole is the GOAT. She's amazing. We love Amy Cole. We stand the whole Cole family. But that's what Garrett Cole needs to think about tonight. He needs to do it for his kids. And that's why I call him Daddy Cole. Because ever since he had Caden, his first son, his demeanor changed. And he started playing, I think, maybe not for himself anymore. He gives everything to his kids. He's such a dad. And he acts like a dad to the whole team, if we're being honest. Yeah. He's giving major dad vibes. I saw a clip of him after they won, I think, the division series. I think it was the division series. And everybody was chugging beers and everything. And he was running around going, hydrate, we need to hydrate. Everyone hydrate. I was like, Garrett Cole, you are such a dad. Like, I love it though. But that's what he needs to do, because sometimes when the pressure gets on, when you're in a do or die situation, and you can live or act or behave for someone else, it makes you stronger. You're not doing it for your own glory, your own self. You're doing it for your sons. You're doing it for your team. You're doing it for, fill in the blank. That's what I want Daddy Cole to channel tonight. And I know that he will. I feel confident that Garrett Cole will go out tonight and pitch the best game of his career. And I know he's still injured, but he's going to give it everything he has left. He's going to empty the tank tonight. And I feel good about it.
Shout out to Arn in the chant, Arn Campero, AC in the building. Love your guys' energy and faith. Let's go. Welcome to the squad. Welcome to the conversation. Damien, Serrano, go ahead, bro. Lead the conversation when it comes to Garrett, and then we're going to definitely talk about last night's game. But I just wanted to get everyone's perspective on tonight's game with Garrett Cole. Go ahead, bro.
Absolutely. Tonight's a legacy game, right? This is what Garrett Cole's legacy is going to go down as. Garrett Cole is a great player. And great players always come up in regular season. Legends are made in the playoffs. Okay, this is when legend status comes up. So Garrett Cole has the opportunity to cement his legend status. He's already cemented his Cy Young, Hall of Fame, plenty of Hall of Famers that have never won championships. Now this is a time for a Hall of Famer to become a legend. Garrett Cole. Seven innings, boom. Do not remove him. Allow him to pitch. Let him go. Listen, it should be no less than 110 pitches as long as Garrett Cole is doing his thing. No less. This is do or die. Garrett Cole should be out there. If he's cruising like he did game one, or game two, game one, Garrett Cole should be at 110 pitches, no more, no less. Boom, let him pitch tonight, please, for the love of God.
Please.
Good point, Damien.
Please. That's listen, all hands on deck at the end of the day. It's an elimination game. We were able to get a few more runs towards the end of the game. That way we was able to save Luke Weaver. We was able to save other guys out of that pen as well. But all hands are on deck. Everybody has to be ready. Right? We got to treat every game's an elimination game going forward, and we have to treat it like that. So I'm going to toss it around. Grace, I'll let you lead the conversation when it comes to Anthony Volpe, because I'm trying to get a video done. Lead the conversation when it comes to Anthony Volpe, last night's game, the victory, the big hit that he had. Go ahead, Grace.
I have so much to say about Anthony Volpe. So, but where I want to start is that my favorite part of what happened yesterday was when in the post-game interview, they asked Anthony Volpe, did you hear the crowd chanting your name in the 9th inning when there were 2 outs and everyone, 50,000 Yankees fans in October chanting Volpe, Volpe? He goes, yeah, I heard it. And they said, in the moments of your life, where's that rank? He said, number 1. They said, did that feel better than actually hitting the grand slam? And he goes, yes. And I was like, this is my favorite thing that happened yesterday, because he cares more about getting the love from the fans and than he did about his own kind of glory. Like, he wanted the fan love. This is a kid that grew up in New Jersey. I know we've all heard the story. But his dad, diehard Yankees fan. You know, he was calling into radio stations in the 90s. Okay, if he was our age now, he would probably have his own podcast. Like, Anthony Volpe's dad is one of us. Like, okay, and his son grew up dreaming to be the shortstop of the New York Yankees. He actually did it. That's like 1 in a billion chances. Then he hits a grand slam in Game 4 to extend the Yankees season, to cement a legacy of even, no matter what happens from now on, we will never forget that grand slam that Anthony Volpe did last night. Not to mention his amazing defensive plays, 2 stolen bases. It's never been done in the World Series ever. No one has ever hit a grand slam and stolen 2 bases in the World Series. Ever. Last night will be remembered. And Derek Jeter, his childhood hero, was in the building. You can't write it better than that. How can you not love baseball? Right? Damien, what do you think?
It's facts. Listen, we always talk about unsung heroes. Anthony Volpe last night was the absolute unsung hero, and he had the best hit of the Yankees' entire 2024 season. Let's call it what it is. The weight automatically came off the shoulders of the entire team.
Mm-hmm.
The team went out there, and you could see the difference in confidence in the team. They played loose. They had fun. That could be a building block to the ultimate thing in sports, and that's momentum. So in the Yankees now, that momentum is shifted into Game 5. Anthony Volpe, salute to you, my man. You had a great game last night. Again, it's one game. But it was a do or die game, as we all know. He doesn't hit that hit, especially after Rizzo did a pop up. Once Rizzo hit that pop up, I'm like, oh Jesus Christ! Yeah. And then I saw who was coming up next, and my daughter, she had a Volpe jersey on, and she's like, all right, time to earn this jersey, Volpe. And here comes the grand slam. So shout out to my baby girl, keep doing your thing. But yeah. Volpe, listen, the greatest hit of the season last night. Anthony Volpe, grand slam home run, Game 4 of the World Series. It doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, and like my guy Ghost said, one game at a time, right? And that's how we got to take the approach, right? And like Daniel Caps, shout out to DC in the chat, Daniel Caps. The Dodgers let them have one. I mean, why else have a bullpen game? Well, that's what the Dodgers have when it comes to their starting pitching. Their starting pitching is not the best, right? They've had so many injuries throughout the season. And I'm gonna tell you this right now: if the New York Yankees offense wasn't able to wake up against the bullpen arms, the not even the top tier bullpen arms from the LA Dodgers, well, guess what? We deserve to get swept, right? If we didn't show up last night and score some runs, we deserve to get swept. And let's see what happens tonight. That's all we can say is let's see what happens tonight, and not trying to find any excuses. Go ahead, Damien.
Now, one quick thing to his thing. Listen, this is the World Series. There's no manager. I don't care what sport. You don't give a team a game, point blank, period. Mm-hmm. You go out to play and win the game. So it wasn't a game given. The fact is they didn't have a starting pitcher. That's why they had a bullpen game. But to say that we gave them a game, no, it wasn't given because you don't give any games in the World Series, point blank, period.
Yeah, facts. Shout out to my guy Ness in the building. Appreciate Dave Roberts' contributions to waking up the sleeping Giants. I now understand why Dodger fans don't like him. Trust the Yankee fans. Understand that feeling. Trust. No, we do know about that when it comes to love-hate relationships with managers of teams. Shout out to my guy CK who is in the building as well. CK, how you doing? Salute. So I got a video that I want to play real quick. A couple of videos.
I love these videos, by the way.
Yeah, we all love the videos, Hector. Keep them coming.
This is more of a serious video, just to highlight the moment last night. And I think when you combine it with the music and with what they did with it, you got to understand what I mean. So here it is.
Chance come up with a big hit here. On a 2-1. Pops it up, shallow left. Not going to do it. Infield fly rule in effect, and Edmonds got out number 2. Doesn't it seem like it continues to fall on Anthony Volpe? Well, this is a great opportunity for him. It seriously is. I mean, we'll never know if it costs the team a run or not, but you don't think he's thinking about gap, clearing the bases right here? New York kid, bases loaded, 2 out. Cranks the ball, deep left field. Volpe with redemption.
and all it takes is a spark, right? And hearing his response to after, like, his conversation after the game with Jeter and Ortiz. Hold on, I got his comments right here.
Yeah, it means the world. I mean, growing up watching these guys had such a big impact on my life. I mean, the memories watching them, we still talk about.
Well, one, you should have been in school instead of being at that parade. but right now, just think about it, man. You got a lot of kids now in the New York, New Jersey area that want to grow up and be you. So congratulations, man.
Thank you.
And you know,
Hector,
you could tell
don't
that he
make me
was
cry.
running around. He was like, you know, floating in the air as he was running around the bases. So shout out to Anthony Volpe. Like that video says, it all it takes is a spark to wake up a sleeping giant. Now go ahead, Grace. Before
No, I
I
can't.
can stop,
Someone's
so I
cutting
get-
onions in
I'm
here.
turning. I'm turning my camera off. Go
Oh
ahead, Grace.
Jesus!
No, I know I'm dramatic and I'm passionate and I'm up and I'm down. I just want to thank everybody for putting up with my bullshit, because the thing is, I love the Yankees, okay? And you got to understand where I come from in Texas. I've been defending my love for the Yankees my whole life, and I've been alone on an island. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to claw. This is not an easy life that I chose for myself, okay? And I love the Yankees so much. I live or die with every game. I mean, I love Yankees fans. I love the whole thing. And so, yeah, I may cry when Hector makes a little video about, you know, Anthony Volpe hitting a grand slam. I may feel like I'm a proud auntie of Anthony Volpe, even though I'll probably never meet him in my life. You know, I don't know the man, but I'm like, that's my boy, you know. But that's what baseball is, y'all. So thank you for accepting me, you know,
Yeah.
with my crazy self. That's all.
Yeah, you know, we're just gonna rock out till 1 o'clock today. 1 o'clock today, just because, you know, Damien has a life, Grace has a life, and I have a life as well. But you know, coming back to the way that we did in last night's game, and we got to also give flowers to Gleyber Torres. Let's talk
Absolutely.
about Gleyber Torres for a second. Max Goodman, he put it out there on Twitter. That home run from Gleyber Torres was so big, turned this into a blowout and allowed the Yankees to preserve Luke Weaver's bullets. Jake Cousins and Tim Mazza were already up in the bullpen. It also paved the way for Aaron Judge hitting one more time. He drove an RBI single to left field, so hopefully that wakes up Aaron Judge as well. But let's talk about Gleyber Torres. Let's give him some flowers, because he's somebody that, you know, I was joking around with my guy Brandon London. When it comes to Gleyber Torres, most Yankee fans wanted to drop his ass off in the Mariana Trench, just drop him off in the middle of the ocean, in the middle of the summer. Then August came, he solidified the leadoff spot for us, and in the postseason, I think he's 13 games now in a row, 12 games now in a row. He is on base, or he has got on base in those 12 or 13 games. So shout out to Gleyber Torres. Dame, lead the convo, and then throw it over to Grace. And folks in the chat, give us your comments when it comes to Gleyber Torres as well. Go ahead, Dame.
Man, you know, it's something about a player who says, I want to stay a Yankee, that's grown in the Yankee system. And Gleyber, as many lows as he's had, the one thing coming into the playoffs, the one thing I said, you have two people, Giancarlo Stanton, Gleyber Torres. Both their numbers are better than anybody else on the team when it comes to the playoffs. The most important time of baseball are the playoffs. He comes to play every single season when we're in that playoff system, that playoff scenario. Gleyber Torres is there. Whether he's first, whether he's batting sixth, whether he's batting fifth, whatever order he's in, Gleyber has come through. Defense, obviously, we know what Gleyber does defensively, but dare I say, as the kid played himself into a contract, it's a discussion now. You know, people have talked about him getting a qualifying offer. He'll get that qualifying offer. Will he accept that? No, he will not. However, one or two things will happen with that. Either the Yankees will say, listen, this kid's a cornerstone. He's seen where are we at without him in the playoffs? We need to keep him. Or we end up getting a draft pick for him. But at the end of the day, Gleyber went from a 1-year prove-it deal to a multi-year deal just since August. So salute to you, Gleyber. Keep doing your thing, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. Folks in the chat, if you guys can, we got over 70 people in the building watching us collectively. If you guys can, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are on our way to 5K subs. Go ahead, Grace.
I knew Gleyber was going to do something in that at bat, because Verdugo kept letting him see pitch. I think it was 12 pitches. And Glaber, they showed him as he was in the on-deck circle, and Glaber was locked in. And I said, oh, Glaber, hey, did you see enough pitches? Because I knew he was just going to be destroying something. I didn't know he was going to hit a home run, but I thought he was definitely going to do something. Wow. That hit was absolutely huge because, like you said, Hector, it allowed us to not send Luke Weaver out again. It allowed us to go to Tim Meza, who looked really good. Like, am I crazy? He looked good. And so, it allowed us to do that, which was huge. So now we have Weaver available tonight. We still have Canely available tonight. You know, who knows what could happen. I want to bring up something though, Hector. Can I bring up something?
Yeah, go ahead. Bring it up real quick. Go ahead.
Mark Leiter, straight off the couch, Jr., who came in like Batman in the middle of the night and saved us so many times this postseason. After Hamilton went out injured, and I told y'all that was my shout out after the ALCS. He was my, what would you say, dark horse shout out or something? I can't remember what it was. That was and last night he did not disappoint yet again. Put some respect on this man's name. Hit balls of steel. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and like TC still says, shout out to my guy TC Stills in the building.
My man.
We won't see Honeywell the rest of the series. Listen, Dave Roberts, and when Honeywell was giving it up after that Gleyber Torres home run, especially, Dave Roberts looked at him like, my man, you're gonna have to hold this, you're gonna have to take one for the team. So and that's what happens in the postseason, right? You're just out there, you're just a dead fish in the water. Shout out to my guy CK in the building with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you, CK. CK say, great show as always. The Chicken Palm Boys led the way. Momentum is now on the Yankees side. Let's get that victory. Real quick, when it comes to Gleyber Torres, besides the Juan Soto, specifically when it comes to the Yankees, right? Yeah. Besides the Juan Soto free agency or his contract negotiations, I'm interested to see what happens with Gleyber Torres, right? He's definitely going to get that qualifying offer from the Yankees. What team is going to go out there and give him a multi-year deal over $100 million, something that his camp wants? And if you're a team, if he's connected to a qualifying offer, do you view Gleyber Torres as a player that you're willing to give up international signing money or some draft picks for, right? That's something to put into the conversation because it's strategic by the Yankees, because if no team views Gleyber Torres in that way, the asking price is going to come down, and maybe Gleyber could be back for 1, maybe 2 years. But it's interesting to see. But besides Anthony Volpe, we got to talk about the other chicken parm boy before my guy L.I. Yankee King lose his mind in the chat. And we got to talk about Austin Wells, because Austin Wells had a home run yesterday. This is what Wells had to say. I just said, screw it. We're down 3. I just went out there and said, screw it. This is what Austin Wells told Ken Rosenthal. So you see, L.I. Yankee King, we got some love for Austin Wells as well. We're not going to forget Austin Wells. Shout out to my guy Hector in the building. Hector from Washington Heights. Dime lo que mi hermano. But no, shout out to Austin Wells. Listen, no shade on Jose Trevino. But the game before in game 3, I thought it was an utter mistake to put Jose Trevino in the game. Even with Austin Wells struggling defensively, he is still a better choice than Jose Trevino. And you saw that in game 3, the LA Dodgers were running on Jose Trevino as soon as anybody with a little bit of speed got on base. So I was happy to see Austin Wells back there. Again, let's see what happens tonight with Garrett Cole. But shout out to Austin Wells, one half of the Chicken Palm Boys. Go ahead, Grace. What's your thoughts on Austin Wells?
He looked so much better last night, and it was not just the home run, but just every at bat looked so much better. I think I want to say he snapped out of it, and using his own quote, it must have been a mental block, or at least that must have been part of what has been going on with him, because as soon as he said screw it, he started playing loose, and he looked so much better. Obviously, he's been an anchor at the dish. But Great game. Love to see him come alive. Love to see Volpe cheering for his bestie and giving him all the accolades and flowers in his post-game interviews. Those guys are thick as thieves, and we love to see it. Yeah, the chicken parm power out there. It was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out my guy Keith Saunders in the building. Keith, how you doing? Dennis is in the building. DDV. Dennis was at the game last night. Shout out to Dennis. You gotta be at the game more often, my guy. All right. Dennis said, gotta keep our foot on the gas. The comments from several Dodgers post-game shows, they're feeling too calm. Time to give them another wake-up call. Absolutely, Dennis. Shout out to my guy Dennis. I met him at the stadium. Great guy. Like I said, he walks around with that championship belt. You'll recognize him if you're outside of Yankee Stadium. Shout out to Dennis. Mark in the building says, I hate Baboon so much. He's not going to give the Martian not even a single at bat. Listen, Mark, you better stop before Grace Monroe starts going off. All right. You better stop it. All right. Stop it, Mark. Who else we got in the building? My guy Kev is in the building. Shout out to Kev. No, but on a serious note, when it comes to Jason Dominguez, I'm glad that he's here, right? Even if he's on the bench, he gets his opportunities as a pinch runner. He is still gaining experience by even just being in that dugout during the postseason, during a World Series run. And when you look at 1995, when the Yankees lost in the playoffs to the Seattle Mariners, Derek Jeter was in that dugout when they lost, and he said that gave him a lot of experience just even being a part of that side. And another former Yankee, right, a retired Yankee, right, who should be in the Hall of Fame, who was on the opposing side with the Seattle Mariners, was a young Alex Rodriguez. And if you replay that hit when with Edgar Martinez coming around, Griffey coming around third, you see A-Rod jumping on top of Ken Griffey. So it is good to get this experience up here. What's your thoughts on that, Grace? And then toss it over to Damien.
I love Jason Dominguez. Y'all know this has been well documented. I love him. I wanted him to get some exposure, some time, some chances for sure in the World Series. At this point, and I know y'all are going to be like, Grace, are you okay? At this point, this guy, he hasn't had an at-bat since September. So you're really, if you put him in to pinch hit, it's got to be in the exact right situation, because the odds are stacked against him at this point. He's cold. He's been cold for a month, okay? Plus, he's not a bench player like John Birdie kind of got acclimated to being a bench player, or Oswaldo Cabrera. This guy is a starter. He's a starting outfielder, ball smasher, okay? So once he came up, he's kind of been on and off the bench. Now he's been on the bench for so long. This is not his lane, okay? I think they won't give him an at-bat. I expect maybe to see him as a pinch runner, depending on the situation. But next year, we're looking for it. Jason Dominguez.
Dane, what's your thoughts on that real quick before we switch gears and get ready to close things up?
Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, the person that joined Jeter in 95 was Posada. Posada was sitting in that bench as well. So you had two future, core people that sat on that bench during the World Series. So this is only experience for the kid. And fine, listen, Boone, I'm glad he didn't put him in the lineup, right? Because his job as a manager is to put your players in the best position, a la Nestor Cortez. Again, boom, you didn't put your man in the best position. Shouldn't have been Cortez there. So to me, he's fine where he's at. He's running the bases. If we need a pinch runner, he's gaining experience. He's feeling the highs, feeling the lows of the playoffs, and that's setting him up for future. So next year, we all know Doogie more than likely will not be a Yankee. More than likely, it's going to be, hopefully, Jason at center, and we'll figure out whether it's Soto at right, Judge and left. But Jason is exactly where he needs to be right now. Just soak up all the experience that you can get. Be that sponge. You're a young kid. You got an entire career ahead of you and many playoffs to go with the New York Yankees. So this is perfect for him right now.
Yeah, no, definitely. And again, like I said, we got over 70 people watching us collectively. If you're watching us on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter, shout out to everybody that's in the building. Our friend Erica just joined us on Instagram. Click the link in the bio, jump on over to YouTube, join the conversation on YouTube. We're trying to get to 5K subs, so smack that sub button. When you look at the LA Dodgers for a second, right? People can say whatever they want about this game was given to the Yankees copy, right? You see the difference between our lineup and the Dodgers lineup, right? The one thing that the Dodgers have, and I give them credit for having it, they have versatile players. Like when you look at Mookie Betts, offensively, he is nowhere close to what Juan Soto is. But Mookie Betts, he is a former MVP for a reason. The defense that Mookie Betts provides in right field, you see balls that on a regular average MLB right fielder, they're a double, right? Mookie Betts are turning them into singles, right? When you look at the opposite side of Juan Soto, he's getting to them as best as he can, but some singles are turning into doubles, some doubles are turning into triples, and that is hurting us. When you look at how our roster is constructed, when you look at Giancarlo Stanton, and I know a lot of people want to get on Miguel Rojas, for sending Giancarlo Stanton. We was doing it yesterday. We weren't hitting at the moment, so he's trying to make something happen. Would I do it again? No, I wouldn't want to do it again. But if it was anybody else, if it was Gleyber Torres could have may have scored. But when your offense is struggling, and when you have guys that aren't athletic when it comes to speed, the only speedsters we have on our team is Anthony Volpe and Jazz Chisholm. Besides that, everybody else is average, below average major speed when it comes to running the base paths. We've been bad all season when it comes to base running, just in general, right? So these are little things that when you're in a World Series game, when you're going up against a team with the caliber of the LA Dodgers, those little mistakes that you make on the base pass, those little mistakes you make while playing defense, not backing up the cutoff guy at second base like Gleyber Torres did in Game 3, those little mistakes are going to present themselves and they're going to stand out, and those are going to be the reason you lost. Yes, we could pinpoint, the offense is not hitting. Yes, we get that. But when you give up and when you allow little mistakes to be the difference maker, you're giving the LA Dodgers extra opportunities to score. And if you give a team like a Dodgers extra opportunities, they're going to take advantage of it. And look, we're down in the whole 3-1 for a reason.
Facts.
I want to say everybody is just shitting on the Yankees, okay? Forever, no matter what. If we have a home run record, well, it's because you have a short porch and right. If we make it to the World Series, it's, well, you had the easiest path there. Well, we beat the Dodgers. Oh, they gave up that game. Take that argument somewhere else. Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? Come on.
I'm okay with it. Listen, y'all keep hating.
With you, Grace.
They can keep hating. Keep hating. I love it. Listen, the New York Yankees, listen, if you had 10 haters by the beginning of the show, we need to figure out how to have 1,000 by the end of the show. That's point blank, period. That's in life. That's my theory to life. I got 1 8 in the morning. I need to figure out how to have 10 by the end of the day. That means I'm doing something right. So at the end of the day, y'all keep hating. Y'all keep bringing it. Game 5 tonight, y'all keep hating after that too.
Yeah, and Dodger fans, thank you guys so much. You guys are just commenting on my videos on Instagram. I appreciate you. You guys can keep writing in the comment section how much the Yankees suck. It just helps boost the algorithm in my favor. Yo, that video, listen, after Game 3, that video started getting traction from like Dodger fans. It was at like 80K views on Instagram, right? That shit is over. That's almost at 700K within the last few days because the Dodger fans are interacting with it. So come on, bring it out. You're helping us with the algorithm.
Yeah, 80. Now you got 600,000. Figure out 80,000. Now you got 600. You're doing something right. There it is.
No, but let's get into our predictions for tonight. I know we touched on Garrett Cole being out there, how important it is. But Grace, what's your stat line for Garrett Cole? How many innings he's pitching, how many runs, what's the strikeout? You got a crystal ball over there because Halloween is right around the corner as well. Spooky season. I'll send you pictures of my costume when I get dressed up. Yeah, just know that.
I predict let me first say that this is going to be our second time seeing Flaherty. And I know we didn't really hit him the first time as much, but I didn't think he looked unhittable. Am I crazy? And the second time around, I am trusting that the offense is going. You know, that was game 1. We had just had a few days off. You know, we need to shake the rust off, whatever. This is a totally different situation. First of all, you're in the Bronx. Second of all, we've seen you before. Okay, so now that we have the bottom half of our order hitting, and the top half is staying hot, and Judge is starting to see it way better. Now let's play some baseball. Okay, so with that being said, Garrett Cole is going to take us 7 2/3 tonight. We're going to have 7 strikeouts. And he's going to give us 7 strikeouts. It's going to go straight to Weaver after that. Oh, no. Canely for 1 out, and then Weaver for 2 innings. And then, did I do that math right? Okay. And the final score tonight will be 5-3 Yankees.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Dame?
I got Cole shoving tonight, 7 innings, 2 hits. Again, like I said earlier, Boone, if he's dealing, let him pitch, let him stay. He's the ace of the team. This is his legacy game. Let him do his thing. Last night, I tell you what, guys, I believe in body language. Looking at Aaron Judge last night, the look in his eyes, his body language is completely different. He is starting to lock in. Jack Flaherty, although he only gave up 2 runs in that first game, listen, the Yankees missed pitches in that game. They cannot miss the same pitches. The Yankees play offense like they did last night. Flaherty's out by the 4th inning, guarantee that. And the Yankees will score at least 7 runs tonight. Weaver will obviously come up big as he has all playoffs. And again, I can't express it anymore. Aaron Judge last night looked like a completely different person. His confidence, his stature, even the look in his eyes. Those first couple games, he was a deer in the headlights.
Yes.
You can see it in his eyes. He did not have confidence.
Yes.
Last night, everything was different for me. And it wasn't even necessarily the single that he hit to drive in a run. It was probably his first at bat when he was spitting on those curveballs, spitting on those sliders, which he was chasing the entire time. So, again, Dodger fans, I get it. 3-1. You guys are real calm. But if the captain starts to hit, the momentum and the confidence that's going to bring to this team, to the city, so on and so forth, we're going to go back to LA, and that's going to be, like I said, 7-game series. Who wins it?
Yeah.
I can't say, but 7 will happen if Jumps comes alive tonight.
Shout out to Miguel Tejada, former MVP with the Oakland Athletics, shortstop from the Dominican Republic. Shout out to Miguel Tejada in the chat, who I was going to bring up this point, who said Flaherty got rocketed the second time. He got rocked the second time the Mets played him. So we got to do the same tonight. Now let's see how his hamstring is looking. Also, when it comes to that, because that's a point that I wanted to bring up, and shout out to Jason. I was on Jason's live last night. I was going to do a Twitter space, but Jason hit me up and was like, come join. So I did that instead. When you look at it, right, the Yankees had how many days off between the last time they faced Cleveland and game 1 of the World Series? Again,
right.
Yes. Am I a Yankee fan looking for excuses? Absolutely. I'm just trying to take whatever I can and throw it against the goddamn wall. Yes, I am. I am coping right now, but listen to the cope. All right. Hear the cope. The Yankees had 4 or 5 days off from the last time they faced the Cleveland Guardians until game 1 of the World Series, right? How many days? And then the Dodgers, they played an extra game, so we had 1 day of rest, because the same argument could be used from the other side. I bring that up to say this. Jack Flaherty had so much rest in between starts, right? Let's see how he acts. Same thing with Walker Buehler. Let's see how he acts on a short-term start. Let's just see. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll eat the crow. I'll eat my words. What's your thoughts on that?
I completely agree with everything that you just said. I totally echo all of what you just said. I don't want to be overconfident, okay? But I like our chances better facing Flaherty off of a shorter rest, facing Flaherty for the second time, facing Flaherty when Judge is spitting on outside breaking balls, facing Flaherty, you know, I like our chances better, right? So, and that's all you can do. And I wanted to say, y'all, we talked about how no one's ever come back from a 0-3 deficit in the World Series. Never. In over 100 years of baseball, it's never happened. But let me do you one better. No one has ever forced a game 6 coming down 0-3. No one's ever forced a game 6. So if we win tonight, we will be the only team who has ever come back from 0-3 to force a game 6. Let's start there. Let's start there.
Let's just start with that. Exactly.
Exactly. And when we do it, we'll be the only team that's ever done it. And that is something to truly be proud of. And then we'll deal with game 6. We'll deal with game 7, you know, if we get there. But let's make history tonight. Let's make history tonight in the Bronx.
Yeah. And like Erica says, there's no tomorrow, only today. You play today, you win today. Por favor, never get up. Shout out to our friend Erica Garcia in the chat. Go ahead, Dame. I'll toss it over to you to get your stat line for Cole.
I said, 7 innings.
My fault. Yeah,
but
my fault.
History. Listen, history always starts somewhere, right? So everything that we read in history started somewhere. It's the first time for it all. Yankees could be the first ever team in the World Series to come back 0-3. So let's start history today, guys. Let's start history. Game 5 tonight, Garrett Cole.
For me, perfect world, perfect scenario. What I want is Garrett Cole to pitch 8 innings, pass it on to Luke Weaver. Right. I know that's probably not going to happen. Right. That's just me fantasizing. But the minimum we need from Garrett Cole is 7 innings. The minimum. We need 7 innings from Garrett Cole. 1 run allowed. Whatever strikeouts, get your strikeouts. But those are the 2 things I want. 7 innings, 1 run, and limit the amount of base runners on the bases. Don't walk that many guys, Garrett Cole. Yeah. Be your regular self. Get your command. And at minimum, we need 7 innings from Garrett Cole. That's it.
That's a fact.
That's all I'm going to say. Yankee fans, we're going to wrap things up. Stay positive, Yankee fan. They're blasting music outside. I'm trying to close the show up, guys. Stay positive, Yankee fans. We got a game 6 tonight. I mean, wait, what game is tonight? Game 5. I've lost count of whatever games. I'm just still on the high from last night. Shout out to the Yankees. Shout out to Aaron Judge. Shout out to Anthony Volpe. All you Yankee fans who showed up to Yankee Stadium. And I think the real person who gets left out of the equation, somebody who started everything, who got everybody pumped up yesterday. Shout out to Ashanti. Because Ashanti was at the game yesterday, and she was singing, doing her thing. So shout out to Ashanti, right? No shade on Fat Joe, right? I just thought the acoustics was bad. It wasn't because of Joe. It was because whoever was in charge of the sound stadium, and then the soccer moms from Westchester, they don't know Fat Joe's words to the songs and stuff. So I can't blame Joe for that. But shout out to Ashanti. She was amazing last night.
She was.
Yeah. Grace, last words?
Last words. Oh, gosh. I wanted the Yankees. Look, I know the odds are not in our favor, okay? But I wanted the Yankees to go down swinging. I wanted them to go down being themselves and having fun. And they ended up doing that and actually winning. So do it again. See if you can win again. And then we'll go from there. But no matter what happens, go out on your shield. Be yourselves. Play baseball. This is the World Series, and make us proud. If you don't win, that's okay. We love you. We want to win, obviously, but we love our team. If you play the game and try and go down swinging, that's all we want. That's all I want. I can speak for myself. That's all I want.
Yeah, I'm taking bets also. What's the over and under? How many more Yankees Morning Brew before Sunil get banned in the chat? Sunil, stop your bullshit before I find you and whoop your ass. That's all I'm going to say. Last thing I'm going to say also is, again, say something positive about yourself. Drink some water, Yankee fans. Shout out to Erica, who was in the building. My guy Dennis as well. Sean Browning. Pizza M was in the building. A stat is a stat until it's not. Absolutely. My guy Kev was in the building. Miguel Tejada as well. Ghost said, if we see the same offense yesterday, the Dodgers can't or won't be stopped. I said this before, time at a time. When the offense goes, who's stopping it? Absolutely, Ghost. And without that being said, I'm Hector.
I'm Grace Monroe.
I'm Damien, New York. Stand up. Let's go.
That's right. This is another episode of Yankees Morning Brew. We will be back tomorrow. Yankees, let's have some positive energy. We are out. Deuces.
Let's go.
You fought well yesterday. Your style is unorthodox.